So we need to fix this mess of a frontal. It is no bueno, and so are my nails. But let's not talk about that. We're talking about the frontal. This is full of got to be and all that junk. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill up our sink with shampoo water, basically just water and shampoo mixed together. Then we're going to put shampoo on the frontal, primarily on the problem area. So where the got to be and the gel or the lace glue has been sitting, and we're going to rub that in and dunk that in the water frontal first. And because I'm washing the rest of my weave, I'm going to put the whole wig in the sink, and we're going to let that soak for a few minutes. Okay, so after that's soaked in, the got to be should have lifted a little bit. So now we're going to scrub. We're going to take an old toothbrush and we're going to start scrubbing the frontal. This is going to get all that junk out, and it's going to make it super squeaky clean. I am so fly like Aladdin. We're going to do this quite vigorously whilst also trying to be gentle, because we don't want our frontal to rip. That's like a big faux pas. We don't want that to happen, but we do want it to be clean. So I'm gonna wash it a few times to make sure that all the dirt and all the build-up is all gone, because that is going to really add to helping your frontal look really nice, realistic, and really clean. Once that's done, we're going to rinse that off, and this is what your frontal should look like. So very clean. However, it's quite red. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab a purple shampoo, any of your choice, and we're gonna wash the frontal with a purple shampoo. What the purple shampoo is going to do is it's going to neutralize the redness. If you have colored hair, be careful with this, because it can change the color of your colored hair. But because I have black hair, I'm going to use this to actually wash my weave as well, because it's quite a good shampoo. So wash and I'm going to rinse that out. So once that's done, this is what your frontal should look like. Squeaky clean, not as red. So I'm going to detangle my hair and we're going to get ready to condition it. I am very generous when it comes to my conditioning, so I do add a lot of conditioner on my hair until it has a really nice slip, as you guys can see. So I want the hair to be really soft. I'm also going to add conditioner to my frontal. If you've noticed, I didn't add conditioner to my wefts because sometimes I feel like it can add build up, and the hair should have a really nice slip to it. Now we're going to leave the hair to condition for about 45 minutes to an hour. You can wrap it in a plastic bag if you want more penetration, but that's if you want, yeah. So I'm going to rinse that conditioner out, and your hair should feel really soft, really shiny. It should just feel like luxurious. So I'm going to make sure to rinse the frontal out as well, and everything should just be slipping off your hand. It should be just silky. So once that's done, this is what it should look like. Super shiny, super silky, pretty. That's what we want, girl. We want it to be slippery, okay? So I'm gonna let my hair air dry outside. Okay, now I'm grabbing my argan oil. I'm gonna distribute that on the hair after it's dried. This oil is really good because it's not heavy, but it still adds a really nice moisture to the hair, and it kind of acts like a heat protectant because I'm going to straighten the hair afterwards. So I'm parting where I want my part and I'm going to get my wrap set lotion. This one's from Kera Care, and I'm going to basically manipulate how I want my hair to lay. So I want the ear bit to be behind my ear, so I'm laying that on the other side, and I want the front of my portion of my hair to lay down, so I'm going to put the wrap set lotions like going downwards. Then I'm going to wrap it with a scarf, and we're going to wrap it with another scarf on top, so my hair is super flat on top. This is a tedious process. Frontals are just really tedious. If you're not ready for that, girl, I don't suggest you get one, because girl, they are so much work, but they do look nice in the end. So I'm getting that oil again, and I'm basically going to distribute that on the hair. This is after I've straightened the hair, so she's looking cute, she's looking sleek. So I'm going to put that on the hair, just give it a really nice luster. Like I said, the oil isn't heavy, so it's going to really penetrate in the hair and help it just look just look all round healthy. So it's moving, which is a good sign, because before it was stiff, girl. So here I am, dusty and crusty, and I'm gonna add foundation to my lace because I'm really bad at tinting my lace, but foundation works fine for me. Then I'm gonna add my Got2b gel on my edges just to get them out the way, because we don't want our edges to be ruined, because girl, they're already ruined. So we don't want them to be any worse. I'm gonna put the wig on my head. I'm gonna basically just eyeball where I want my lace to sit on my head, and I'm gonna mark it out with a pen just so I know where to put my gel and where to put my frontal. So once that's done, I'm gonna get a plastic thing. This is actually like a hair removal thing, but just don't use your fingers, use anything plastic, and lay the gel on your forehead. Okay, so I'm gonna let that fan dry. I'm gonna get my freeze spray. I'm gonna put that on top of where I just put the gel. The reason why I like using a fan is because I feel like it gives more of a cool air. Sometimes hair dryers do give a warm air even when you put them on cool air, and it helps just quicken things, because as you guys can see, the fan is blowing as I'm doing it, so it quickens the process for me, and it also prevents those horrible white marks. So I'm going to start from the middle. I'm going to pull my frontal down. I'm going to pull it taut whilst blowing the fan on my forehead. So this is basically going to help it dry in the process. So once it gets this sticky is when it's ready. So you want to pull down the frontal and stick it to your forehead. Don't try not to use your fingers too much. As you guys can see, I'm using literally like the tip of my nail. Try using a rat tail comb, because your fingers will leave white residue and you don't want that. So I'm just repeating the process on the other side. So the gel first, then the spray, and working my way down. This obviously is like fast forwarded, but it took some time, but you want to be really, really patient with it. The more patient you are, the more likely you're going to have good results. So just be patient. I don't like when the glue sticks to, like when the hair sticks to the glue. So I'm basically just using my rat tail to pull away any hair that's sticking to the glue, because to me it just looks a bit messy and I like it to look really clean. So I'm just getting my comb and just fixing that. I'm using the rat tail end of my comb to pull out the hair and then just comb it through. So now I'm using my micellar water. You can use rubbing alcohol if you like. However, I do feel like rubbing alcohol can be quite harsh on bare skin, in my opinion. But if you have rubbing alcohol, you can use that. I'm using this water because it works just as fine. And I'm basically using it to take off the excess glue and also to take off the markings that I put on my head earlier. I'm using a cloth because I used to use a cotton wool and a cotton bud, but that would leave like fluff all over my hair and it was like a hot mess. So use a cloth because I feel like this helps get rid of the dirt without adding more like craziness on top. And what I'm doing now, as you guys can see, there's like a white residue. So I'm getting that same oil that I put on my hair earlier, and I'm basically going to rub that into the lace. You want to be really careful with this because you don't want to rub too much oil on the lace because that can obviously lift it. I'm literally putting the tiniest amount and using like the tip of my nail, the tip of my nail and the end of my rat tail comb to basically fix this. And I feel like that kind of helped take away that white residue. Roll it. Show kicked off, so we just rolled it. Too loud, so this will be what we roll it. So I've done my makeup. Don't like how it turned out, but hey, let's not talk about my makeup. But this is what my hair is looking like. This is the after, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. Honestly guys, I'm not a professional, like really not a professional. I don't even know how to sew, so I can't make wigs. I just know how to reinstall it, or I'm learning how to reinstall my wigs, and I feel like I did quite a fine job. So tell me what you guys think. This hair is from Asteria hair, and I have 2 bundles of 24, 2 bundles of 22, and a 20-inch frontal, and it's Peruvian texture. And yeah, so this is the result after conditioning and looking after your hair. If you look after your hair, there's no reason why your hair should not look after you. It should look shiny, it should move, and yeah girl, just I don't know what else to say. Just look after your hair. I am so fly like Aladdin. I started the ship, I'm the captain. The niggas they're talking, they're chatting, but they cannot play with the captain, no. I am so fly like Aladdin. I started the ship, I'm the captain. The niggas they're talking, they're chatting. Stiff wear, girl. Okay, so I really hope that tutorial helped you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.